Department of Community Medicine, Associate Professor, Arvindo Medical College, Indore. Here I am back with another chapter of PARK, that is chapter number 14, Hospital Waste Management. We will start with the definition. The biomedical waste means any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment or immunization of human beings or animals or in research activities pertaining thereto or in the production or testing of biologicals and including categories. Now coming to the next heading, that is what are the sources of the healthcare waste? What can be the sources? The sources can be government hospital, private hospital, then all types of centers which we study, that is the sub-centers, the community health centers, the PSCs, the mortuaries, the clinics, that is private clinics, then hospitals, that is government as well as private hospitals. Now who are the main groups at risk? The group at risk can be first of all the doctors, then there can be the nurses, the healthcare auxiliaries and the hospital maintenance personnel. Then there can be patients who are admitted in the hospitals, then attenders or the visitors of the patients, and workers who are supporting in other kind of services, and of course workers who are engaged in the hospital disposal work also. Now coming to the next slide, which will tell us about the hazards of different types of waste. So number one is hazards which is generated due to the sharps and due to the infectious waste, right? So pathogens in the infectious waste, they can enter the human body through puncture, abrasion or cut in the skin and through mucous membrane by inhalation or by ingestion. And the most common type of infection which can be there due to the sharp waste or the infectious waste is hepatitis B and hepatitis C. Then coming to the next one, that is the hazards due to the chemical and the pharmaceutical waste. Now any chemical if you talk about, they can be toxic, they can be corrosive, they can be flammable, reactive, explosive and they can be shock sensitive. And they can be inhaled or they can cause intoxication through acute attack or chronic attack including burns. This was number 2. Then coming to the next hazard, that is due to the genotoxic waste. Now what is genotoxic waste? So this may occur during the preparation of or treatment with particular drug or any type of chemical when you are preparing it in the industry, and the main route can be inhalation of dust or aerosols, absorption through the skin, then ingestion by the food contaminated accidentally with cytotoxic drugs, chemicals or waste, etc. Now coming to the fourth hazard, that is hazard from the radioactive waste. Now this type we have seen in our radiological department also, that it can be caused by the type and the extent of exposure, how much the person is exposed. So and the symptoms can be headache, dizziness and vomiting and much serious other problems. Last but not the least is public sensitivity. That is, apart from the health hazard, whatever your general population or general public, it is very sensitive to your visual impact of healthcare waste, particularly the anatomical waste. As we have seen that when we pass from the anatomy department, certain type of odors come of formalin. So what it is? The general public is sensitive to those kinds of odor, right? So hazards, first we have studied the definition, second we have studied that what are the places where this waste can be found, then who are the persons at risk, then third point we have studied the hazards from different kind of waste. In this we have seen first, number one is the infectious waste that can, and the sharps can cause hepatitis B and C. Then there can be chemical waste, there can be genotoxic waste. That is, genotoxic means what happens, that during the preparation of drug or chemical, then there can be your public sensitivity, and last is hazard from the radioactive waste. So these were the different types of hazards which we have studied by different types of waste. Now what next heading is, what is the treatment and disposal technologies for healthcare waste? What are the different methods? So number one is incineration. We all have heard that it is a high temperature, high pressure oxidation process, right? And the types of incinerators, if you see, they are double chamber incinerator designed to burn infectious healthcare waste. Then there can be single chamber incinerator used only if the pyrolytic incinerators are not affordable, and last is the rotary kilns. So these are the different types of waste that which are means different types of incinerators which are to be used. Now waste which are not to be incinerated. This question is often asked in the pre-PG examination. What are the waste which are not to be incinerated? So pressurized gas containers, then large amount of reactive chemical waste, your silver salts, then halogenated plastics such as your PVC, then used batteries, sealed ampoules. These cannot be incinerated. They can cause explosion due to high temperature and high pressure. Then next is the chemical disinfection. That is, chemicals are added to the waste so that it can kill or inactivate the pathogens which are present in the chemical. And this kind of method is mainly used for liquid waste such as the blood, urine, stool or hospital sewage. You just have to add the chemical, and whatever pathogens are present in the sample, they can be killed and your sample becomes inactive and free from the disease. Next is wet and dry thermal treatment. Now wet thermal treatment means what? Steam disinfection. That is, you are using high temperature, high pressure steam. Okay, and it is this is often asked in the pre-PG that what kind of waste is not done with the help of wet thermal treatment. So it is nothing but the anatomical waste. Why? Because it will create a lot of nuisance with lot of odors. Then next is the screw fed technology. It is the basis of non-burn dry thermal disinfection process in which the waste is shredded and heated in a rotary auger. Weight is reduced by 80% in volume and 20 to 25% in the weight. And this is the process which is used for infectious waste and sharp. And this type of process, that is the dry heating, is not used for pathological, cytotoxic or radioactive waste. Then next is the microwave irradiation. That is, with the help of rays we are destroying the pathogens, and the frequency is 2450 megahertz. Just remember the frequency. And last, second last is your land disposal. Land disposal, everybody knows that you have to dig the land and you have to put your waste in it. It can be open dumps or it can be sanitary landfills. Then the last but not the least is inertization. Inertization means what? It is a mixture of your 65% of waste, 15% of lime, 15% of cement and 5% of water. It is a mixture and you have to make your waste inactive with the help of this mixture. It is often asked in your pre-PG question also, what is inertization or inertization process. It is a mixture of what all things, right? So different types of methods for waste disposal we have seen. First was incineration, that is high temperature, high pressure. Then there can be your chemical disinfection. You have to add the chemicals used for the liquid waste. Then you have wet and dry thermal treatment. Then you have microwave irradiation, that is with the help of frequency 2450 megahertz. Last is the land disposal and inertization, when you are mixing lime, water, cement and your waste. Now coming to the categories of biomedical waste in India. Now these categories are were studied previously, but now at some places they are being obsolete. But we are going to see them once, that what are the categories of biomedical waste used in India. So we'll quickly brief out what are the biomedical waste categories which were used in India. First were your anatomical waste, second was your animal waste, then second crop, that is the third year, microbiology and biotechnological waste, fourth was your sharp, then 5 was your discarded medicines and cytotoxic drugs, 6 and 7 was your solid waste. Solid waste in the 6th category was your linens, beddings, right? In the 7th, solid waste consists of the rubber tubings, catheters, IV set, etc. 9th was your liquid waste, then 8th was your liquid waste, 9th was the incineration ash, and 10 was the chemicals used in the production of biologicals. I hope I am clear with it, that what are the 10 categories of biomedical waste used in India. Now according to the categories, what are the color coding of that is the dustbins, various dustbins which are used for the disposal of these waste. So number 1, we come to yellow color. Yellow color dustbin, that is the category 1, 2 and 3 and 6. Now what is 1? If you remember, it was anatomical waste. 2 is what? Animal waste. Then if you talk about 3 was microbiological waste and 6 was solid waste. Then if you come to red color dustbin, it has category 3, 6 and 7. Again 3 is the microbiological, 6 is the solid waste and 7 is the solid waste. Then blue, some places blue is used, or instead of that white is used. It consists of category 4 and 7. 7 you remember, solid waste. 4 was what? Sharps. Okay. Then black category you have 5, 9 and 10. 5 consists of what? Cytotoxic drugs and medicines. 9 is the incineration ash, and 10th is what? Your chemicals used due to the production of biologicals. Again I am repeating, category 1 yellow color means yellow color dustbin includes category 1, 2, 3 and 6. Red color includes 3, 6 and 7. Blue or white color includes category 4 and 7. And black color includes category 5, 9 and 10. Now it is often asked in the pre-PG also, that you can see all the categories in the various kinds of or various colors of dustbin. But one category is not here, that is category 8 is not present here. Why? Because category 8 consists of the liquid waste, and for liquid waste we have studied what kind of method? That is chemical disinfection. You only have to put the chemical in the liquid waste like urine, blood or stool, and you have to discard it. No dustbin is required for it, and ideally you should not put the liquid waste in the dustbin also, right? Then kind of symbol, that is the cytotoxic hazard symbol, we have studied or we have seen in our radiology department. I hope I am clear with the chapter. Quickly we are going to just see the important highlights of the chapter. First is the definition of biomedical waste, then what are the places which come under the biomedical waste or where it is generated. Then third will be the persons who are at risk of the biomedical waste. Fourth is the hazards due to different kinds of waste. Fifth is your process or methods for the disposal of waste. Then your sixth point will be your categories which were previously used but at some places now they are not used. Then your next point will be the color coding, and your last point will be the symbols. So this can form a complete 10 marks question if often asked, or any short note if it is asked from this chapter. I hope you understand my chapter, and quickly you can go through the MCQs, solve them sincerely, and at the end please don't forget to check your answers, right? And in this corona period, it's my humble request, stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day.